Alright, this hand is okay. We are on the draw, but I'm not going to turn down Double Prism. Hopefully we can find another Tron piece. That would be even better. Hopefully our opponent's on Bully. That would be nice, but more likely they're on Monarch. Seeming likelier and likelier. Ah, nice. Alright, this is nice, because now I get to... well, I can just spike a tower and then the game's trivial. But I get to hold up Prohibit plus Condescend on their turn 4. Which is going to be okay. Ooh. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to Cove. I don't need to hold up Condescend for 2. Anything I can prohibit, I will. And then, okay, they're just going for the bolt early. I like it, I like it. I'm going to go ahead and prohibit this. Now if they have untapped white mana, they don't get to play a creature and get value from it. Oh. Oh, there's Tron. I am going to get Tron now. And then I hold that Condescend for 2. This stops him from playing Monarch. What would I counter? Oh. Well, I guess the game's over. They could have main deck Red Blast to survive. They don't. Alright. Well, this is one of those really dumb games of Tron where there's just nothing you can do to lose. Like, my opponent's going to bolt my Muldrifter into turn, and I'm going to Ephemerate it. Nope. Alright, cool. If they just slam untap land in Monarch, I have the Condescend. If they miss on land again, they just die. So, that was a boring game. Let's try again. Do not want these. Don't want Bog. Don't want Condescend on the draw. I do love Exclude here. Unlike against Bully, all my opponent's threats are creatures. Unless they're running the 1 or 2 or 3 battle screeches, but I can deal with that. Excluding a core Skyfisher feels pretty good. It feels much better than excluding like a Squadron Hawk. Anyway, Horror is fine. They've got a bunch of bounce lands. And it's good against the Journeys and O-Rings that they may have. And it's good for closing out games, though they can clog the hand, so 3 might be a little bit ambitious. I want at least 2 Blue Blasts to counter potential shenanigans from my opponent. My Oracles are worse because they are less likely to have Seekers to block, or just ground creatures in general to block. They can have Thraben Inspectors, but whatever. Blocking that is fine. Pulse is good here. They have a bunch of burn, and you really want to get a nice life total padding going. Crop rotation's okay against land destruction and getting out Tron quickly. I think I'm going to do this. 2 Prohibits, 2 Hydroblasts. If I see Molten Rains, I'll put in more Blue Blasts, and I'll mulligan this one. Alright, this is fine. Putting back the Pulse. Putting back the Pulse. Alright. They can have turn 2 Artifact. And then I can prohibit turn 3 creature. Interesting. I like that Windscarred Crag. Interesting. My opponent tapped. No mana on turn 2. Played no land turn 3. Interesting. I'm going to leave up Prohibit. Alright, they top deck land so they don't have to crack Clue and tap down main phase. Okay, that helps out a lot. I guess you just play the Cove now. they go untap land thing, that's a bummer, but is unlikely. I can't even prohibit a Monarch card anyway, so I don't really care. And if they have Core Skyfisher for their Inspector, they're tapping down if they want to go ahead and do it. Let's see if they have Mana Tithe. They do not. I'll get a mine, and I can play this plant. I can Dignitary to stop 1 damage a turn. That does not seem worthwhile. I believe if I get attacked 3 times where I could have blocked, I can save that 3 damage later. Easier. Oh, man, I'm struggling on hidden spells here, but whatever. Currently, my opponent's going to try to find an untapped land so they can slam Palace Sentinels and Red Blast, and I'm going to be able to prohibit the Palace Sentinels and Blue Blast the Red Blast. That is the current game we're playing. My opponent's struggling to hit lands, and they can't afford to throw out threats. Well, that gives me a reason to play Dignitary. Give me a second target. Alright. Notably, my opponent has no artifacts. Okay. Cycle away. What? They're choosing that to cycle, huh? Interesting. They chose not to bolt me. Interesting. Alright. We are having a fantastic battle over here. They chose not to cycle again. Like, I've drawn no spells, but my opponent's doing nothing. Ugh. I really wish I could have drawn a spell, but whatever. My opponent's going to slam the Monarch with double red up, and I'm going to have to flicker into a response here. Which is kind of a bummer. Oh, they finally cycling it. Okay. Do they not have Palace Sentinels double Red Blast? Is that what's going on? Alright, double counter. That's good enough for me. Go. What I'm looking for is a Teachings. Alright, my opponent has triple Red Blast, and they just want to have triple Red Blast up for whatever reason. This would be a very ambitious Red Blast for my opponent. Let's see what I got. Damn. Yeah. Oh well. I could let that resolve, but it seems wrong. Instead, I'm just going to tap my opponent out and hope I can draw any spell in my library. Yeah. Alright, any spell. Any blue spell, basically. Kabloom. I can bounce Palace Sentinels and pump up my Inspector. That seems worse than just getting back the Prism and casting it again and trying to draw Mole Drifter. Failed to. That's a bummer. Alright, whatever. My opponent was exceptionally patient. However, they could have forced it through the previous turn, right? Because I drew that Prohibit that turn. And if I had drawn a Teachings, my opponent gets kind of owned there. Ooh, okay. I think I'm going to do this, floating 2 mana. Oof. Alright. Those were not good draws. I have not played a land this turn, so I'm going to go map. Crack map. Ugh. That sucks. That's not good. I think I'm going to get a plant. Alright. Well. Make my opponent use their vial if they want. They want. Ugh. Alright, well, on the plus side, I'm very low on lands now. Like, I've got 34 cards left, and I have, what, 9 lands left? 0 coves. I've got 3 caves, 1 plant, 2 towers, 3 mines. That's it. Yeah, 9 lands. And 3 maps. So, a third of my library is lands. I've even got rid of the crop rotation, so... I use the crop rotation for pretty good value. Opponents also use 4 red blasts. Okay, that's an advanced galvanic blast. I do have an attack with all my creatures if they don't vial, so I think they're obligated to vial. Unfortunately, I don't have anything else, so... Alright. Hopefully my opponent starts flooding. They did miss a bunch of land drops early, so usually that means you're going to start flooding later. Battle Screech is okay. Tapping Glinthawk. Interesting. Not Inspector? Alright, let's see if I can bash. Oh, I still have an attack, so... Anything where they try to double block here, are they going to try to kill my Dignitary? With a Galvanic Blast? That doesn't work. Anyway, what I was saying was, any double block where they try to eat a Dignitary leads to them just several chumping. And any block where they try to trade with Horror leads to them several chumping. This is fine. And if they bolt my Horror, I will Ephemerate, because I have nothing better to do. Do I hit Bounce Land or Token? This is difficult. Like, Bounce Line stops them from casting a million spells next turn, or I could just kill a creature and make them discard a card. I think I'll do that. We're basically on the hope they flood plan, because I flooded badly too. Uh-oh. Do they have Rally the Peasants in their deck for some reason? No, okay. They've got something strange. Okay. Bouncing Glinthawk, because they have nothing to get value from. Discarding Windscard. Oh my god, that was a good draw. Alright, swing out. That was better than Mole Drifter. Assuming they don't have a Fairy Macabre. Oh. I don't know what my opponent's plan was here. Alright, well, we're about to find out. If they had a blue blast, I assumed this horror would be dead, so... or a red blast, rather. Oof. Alright, my opponent's quite dead. Let's see what we draw off this. What is it? God, opponent, come on now. Don't let me draw the cards. Because now I get the flicker of the Mole Drifter and Dignitary. Oof. That was brutal. That first game I just Tron nut drawed, and then the second game my opponent stumbled on lands and I stumbled on spells, but then my opponent stumbled on spells, so I won. Anyway, that was fun. 2-0. See if we can keep up this extremely good pattern of drawing very well, or drawing good and my opponent drawing terribly.